What's up, everybody? Let's take a look at what happened in the stock market today. Upper left-hand corner, September 15th, Wednesday, just after the futures market closed. We're looking at the S&P, E-mini S&P 500 futures. Just for the record, I trade the E-micro. And the current contract, December 21, is the contract I'm trading. What a huge day, massive day. Wow, big candlestick, a range of 50 and a quarter. Yesterday was almost exactly the same range, very close, a little bit more range yesterday. So we had almost a complete reversal as far as range from yesterday to today. Stick around the end of the video. I'll tell you whether or not I made a profit or loss. Did I make money? Did I lose money? What happened? We'll see. Looking down, or I should say looking kind of the upper right-hand corner there a little bit in the middle of the screen, you can see that big, huge green candlestick, really nice. In the morning, the price action was a little bit down. Yeah, I don't remember exactly how much it went down, but it went down a little bit in the morning. First thing out of the gate, it kind of just popped a little bit and then went down for a little bit, and then the rest of the day was banging. Price action just kept working up, 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 up pretty much the whole day. Almost reached yesterday's high. Today closed at 76. And I think yesterday's high was 79, so pretty much matching yesterday's high. If you look below the candlesticks there, you see the stochastic momentum index hasn't quite crossed over yet. So to me, we don't have confirmation that this is reversed. Now, tomorrow, if the stochastic momentum index crosses over really good and have a nice, healthy crossover, and we have a good, healthy candlestick, then I'll probably take a smallish position, maybe medium, we'll see, on the long side, if that happens. But I'm a little bit cautious because I'm not convinced that the downtrend is over yet. It could be, and if we get confirmation tomorrow that it is, okay, great. But I think I'm still going to keep that position small to medium at the largest, even if we do have a green day, because I'm a little bit suspicious about this upside. Or I should say that the downtrend is actually is over. I'm not convinced that's over yet. So, as always, I'm going to wait for confirmation. If we get confirmation tomorrow that we have a nice, strong reversal, great, I'm in. If not, I'm going to wait it out. Okay, below that we get the Big Daddy forecast, which yesterday was saying was going to continue to go down. It didn't, and today was a big reversal. It's saying tomorrow's going to be up. Okay. We'll see what happens. The VIX, Monday was 19.37. Tuesday was 19.46. And then today, of course, the VIX, the volatility is significantly down, more than a point. So that's a big movement in volatility. It's amazing how much volatility has been just absolutely moving all over the place the last, 10 trading days, 8 trading days, whatever it's been. A lot of volatility. Big point swings and volatility, which is good. That's great for traders. We love to see a lot of movement and volatility and pricing. That creates opportunity. We're always looking for opportunity. At the very bottom, the Dow Jones Transportation, this divergence is like just continues to just truck along. And this, on a bigger picture, I don't think a lot of people really understand that the divergence between the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones Transportation continues. It hasn't been resolved. The Dow Jones Transportation still trading well below its May 10th high. And this thing's not going to resolve until some big price movement occurs where they both get back into sync, because they're definitely not in sync. So on a bigger picture, this divergence is not over. And I don't think today's little green candlestick in the big picture really amounts to much. It's just kind of a microcosm, if you will, within the big picture. So I think there's going to have to be some big, either the Dow Jones Transportation is going to have to make some huge reversal and start doing what the S&P 500 is doing, which is continuing to go up on the average, or the S&P 500 is going to have to come crashing down or correction down or whatever, significantly down, so that these two get back in sync, because they're definitely not in sync. So history says this thing ain't over, and I don't know what that means yet. Historically, that means the S&P 500 eventually does crash or corrects really hard, and then they get back into sync. That's almost always what happens. Now, rarely, but it has happened, the Dow Jones will correct to the upside and begin to get back into sync with S&P 500. But that scenario is the least likely one. That doesn't happen very often. So we have to wait to see how this whole thing resolves, because it hasn't resolved yet. Okay, so that's my take on the S&P 500. If tomorrow is a decent up day and we get a good crossover on the stochastic momentum index, I probably take a small position and just get what I call a feeler position, just see what this thing does. If going into like tomorrow and Friday and we start seeing the prices really moving up consistently for 2-3 days, then we probably got a decent reversal, and we know that the downtrend is over. Okay, so that's my take on the S&P 500. Now, let's take a look at one other thing before I show you whether or not I had profit loss today. There's a trade that I think might be coming up on the Aussie dollar. Now, this is the M6A, but you can also look at the 6A. Upper left-hand corner, I took this screenshot just before the market closed on the futures, a little quarter to 4. Now, the Aussie dollar is super cheap to trade. I mean, I don't even remember what the initial margin is. It's like $176 or something. It's like super cheap. The downside that is, you have to take on more contracts to make decent money. So, which means you're going to pay a little more in commissions because you have to take more contracts. You could trade the 6A, which is the main contracts, the big contracts. So if you don't like having to take on more contracts, you could trade 6A instead. You're going to pay more initial margin, right? And there is a risk there that if you want to take some off the table, you can't. If you're only taking 1 or 2 contracts, it's hard to reduce your position when you only got 1 or 2 contracts. So keep that in mind. The right-hand side of the screen there, you see got a big yellow rectangle. The last 3 cycles, those are the green arcs you see just below the candlesticks. They've been bang on. They've been absolutely spot on. And even going back for quite a ways, almost a year, most of the cycles are on. There's a couple in there that are not really very good, but most of the cycles look pretty good. So the last 1, 2, 3 cycles look pretty good to me. So there's an expectation here on the daily chart that we would see a low in the Aussie dollar somewhere right around September 22nd. So, and you can see below that the stochastic momentum index is trying to bottom, and the Big Daddy's kind of trying to bottom as well. So going like the 3rd week in September, 3rd or 4th week, kind of, that 3rd or 4th week in September, I want to be keeping a close eye on the Aussie dollar. If it starts coming back up, that might be a good trade right there to go long on the Aussie dollar. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. If I take a position on that, I'll let everybody know. That same thing happened a while back on the 6E. I think one of my subscribers or a follower of my channel, my content, took a trade on the 6E and made a nice little trade. So that was awesome. I made a nice little trade myself on the 6E. Nice little profitability. So we may get the same opportunity on the M6A, but this time it would be a long trade instead of short. So keep an eye on that. I'm kind of liking what I'm seeing. It's not there yet, but I think this could be coming up soon. Pretty cool. All right, let's take a look. Did I make any money today? After yesterday saying whether or not I was going to take I thought today was going to be a down day, big red day, more candlesticks, red candlesticks. Did I lose money? Well, there you go. No, I didn't lose money. I still made money. Still made money. It was really early in the morning. This was like 10 minutes after the market opened. And you can see there I had 12 contracts on this position. I was up $480. And right after this trade, I just kind of took it real easy for the rest of the day because I saw the price action coming up. And I was like, okay, let's just see what this thing does. And I didn't go long today. After this trade, I was like, that's it. Let me just chill out and see what the price action was. Because I don't like jumping in, even though today was a huge up day, and I'm sure a lot of people made a lot of money, and that's great for all you people that made long side trades. Kudos to you guys and gals, for making money today on the long side. But I don't like making trades when I don't have confirmation. And when I looked at the stochastic momentum index and the Big Daddy, I don't see confirmation that this trend is reversed. So I'm just kind of chilling to wait to see what this thing does. So tomorrow, like I said already, if we get a nice crossover and it's a good strong update, then I'll probably take a small position there on the long side and just keep it small and wait for this thing to mature. If it matures, then great. I'll take some more long side positions maybe on Friday or whatever, and we'll see what happens. So that's my take for today, guys and gals. I think all in all, a good day for me. I'm a happy camper. Made a nice trade there. I think looking in the past and a couple previous Septembers, very similar type of action where you get one or 2 days where you get a really strong up days, and then bang, the downtrend will continue, and people get caught out. I don't want to get caught out. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to click that little bell to be notified of all the videos as I put them out. Talk to you all real soon. Again, next time.